Welcome to Across the Globe. Today we will learn about Django Middleware basics. Middleware in Django is a framework that contains hooks to intervene in the request-response flow. It enables global modification of requests and responses and can be incorporated into any Django project. For instance, middleware can be used to authenticate users for accessing certain URLs or to log requests for debugging purposes. Its versatility empowers developers to customize and enhance the processing of requests and responses in Django applications efficiently. Middleware in software development enables the handling of cross-cutting concerns like authentication, logging, and compression. By intercepting requests and responses both before reaching and after leaving the view, middleware offers a structured approach to manage such functionalities. For instance, authentication middleware can verify user credentials before accessing a protected resource, while logging middleware can record information about incoming requests for auditing or debugging purposes. This systematic implementation of middleware is crucial for enhancing the security, reliability, and efficiency of web applications and APIs. The provided code snippet showcases a custom middleware in Python designed to log every request reaching the server. The middleware class, named requestLoggerMiddleware, initializes with a getResponse function. Within the call method, a log message is created to display the accessed path of each request. Subsequently, the middleware allows the request to proceed to the next stage by invoking self.getResponse and then returning the response. For instance, upon a user accessing a web page, this middleware would log the request details such as the path of the URL, enabling the server to monitor incoming requests. This type of middleware can be helpful for debugging, tracking traffic, or monitoring the behavior of specific endpoints within a web application. Middleware in Django can be activated by listing it in the middleware setting in the project settings file. The order in which middleware is arranged in the middleware list is crucial as it dictates the sequence in which middleware functions are executed. For instance, if you have a custom middleware that needs to alter request data before Django's built-in middleware processes it, ensure it appears higher in the middleware list. Conversely, if your middleware needs to work on the response after other middlewares have run, it should be positioned further down in the list. By comprehending and organizing middleware properly in the middleware setting, you can exert control over how data flows through your Django application. Middleware and Django are components that help process requests and responses. They handle common tasks like authentication, CSRF protection, and session management. These middleware are included in the middleware setting by default, but can be customized or disabled as per requirements. For example, the authentication middleware ensures that user authentication data is available for every request. If a user is authenticated, this middleware sets the user attribute on the HTTP request object. Another instance is the CRF-View middleware, which protects against cross-site request forgery attacks by adding a hidden form field with a CSRF token. By configuring and utilizing middleware effectively, developers can enhance security, performance, and functionality in their Django applications. Middleware in Django is like a security checkpoint at an event. Just like how security checks each person before entering, middleware checks each request before it reaches the view. The middleware acts as a gatekeeper, ensuring that only valid requests are processed by the view. If a request doesn't pass through the middleware checks, it won't be allowed to proceed to the view. This helps in maintaining security and filtering out malicious or unnecessary requests before they cause any harm to the system. Hey, Code Conquerors! Ready to level up? With TechLearn ATG, showcase your skills with official course certificates. Just visit our site and start. Need that extra boost? Get tailored learning 24/7 support and expert guidance. Coding smarter, growing faster, and making learning fun. Go to our website across the globe, www.atg.world. The code snippet above illustrates the implementation of a custom Django middleware named API Middleware, which functions as a security checkpoint by validating the presence of a valid API key in the request before granting access to a view. The API key middleware class is defined with a getInit method that initializes the middleware with a reference to the getResponse method. Within the call method, the middleware inspects the request's HTTP API key header and compares it with a predefined valid API key value. If the API key is invalid, the middleware returns an HTTP 403 forbidden response, denying access. Otherwise, the request is passed to the next middleware or view. To integrate the custom middleware into the Django project, it needs to be added to the middleware setting in the project's settings.py file. By inserting the API key middleware class in the middleware list at the specified position, it ensures that all incoming requests pass through this security checkpoint. A test view, restricted view, is created to demonstrate the middleware's functionality. The view simply returns a message indicating access to the restricted content. A corresponding URL pattern is defined in the project's urls.py to map the view to the /restricted/endpoint. In a real-world scenario, this middleware could be used to safeguard sensitive API endpoints, ensuring that only authorized clients with the correct API key can access protected resources. The analogy of a security checkpoint at an event aptly captures the essence of Django middleware, acting as a gatekeeper to enforce security measures before permitting passage to views. Another real-world example where Django middleware basics can be applied is in the e-commerce industry. Suppose you have an e-commerce platform developed using Django, and you want to implement a middleware that logs each request made to the platform for auditing purposes. In this scenario, you can create a custom middleware that captures details like the request method, URL, user agent, and timestamp of each incoming request. This information can be logged into a database, file, or external service to track the activity on the platform. By leveraging Django middleware, you can ensure that every action taken by users on the e-commerce platform is recorded and monitored, allowing for better analysis, security monitoring, and tracking of user behavior. In conclusion, Django middleware basics offer a powerful mechanism for implementing various functionalities in Django applications, from security checks like API key validation to request logging for auditing purposes. By understanding and utilizing middleware effectively, developers can enhance the security, performance, and functionality of their Django applications, catering to diverse industrial needs globally. Keep learning, stay curious, and I'll catch you in the next video.